She's the leader of the Empire State, but her acting chops ain't so great. New York Governor Kathy Hochul recently teamed up with Alec Baldwin for a skit spoofing President Trump. But what was intended to be biting satire has been dubbed by viewers online as cringy and a waste of time. Brace yourselves.
Kit Kat, it's your favorite king. It's your favorite king. I can't stand her.
I heard that.
No, you didn't. Listen, Special K, I'm calling you about renaming Penn Station.
Yeah, that's just not happening. I was just trying to make you pay for it.
That's fine. Stephen Miller told me about what happens in the bathrooms. It's disgusting. But you must name something after Trump, and I think I've got it for you.
Okay, what do you got?
You know that big, beautiful park in Manhattan?
Central Park?
Trump Park.
Yeah, that's a hard pass, Mr. President, but how about something up in Albany?
Love it. My pal Eric Adams just moved there.
Not Albania. Albany, the capital.
Not familiar. She must be making up town names now.
I know Alec Baldwin has 8 kids, so clearly he just has to get out of the house. Tyrus, okay, look, Kathy Hochul, she gives off to me Hillary vibes. She's so painfully unfunny, I can't even deal.
She's just out of her element. First of all, you're governor of New York and you're wearing a baseball shirt that says champs on it. I'm sorry. Is there another team besides the Mets and the Yankees? And the hat, she's so afraid of being sued they had to smush it. So, like, that's how untouchable it is. She has a made-up baseball shirt and couldn't remember her lines. Baldwin's an actor, and he plays Trump. We'll give it to him. He probably does the best Trump impersonation, but he needs to get out of the house. He needs the money. Apparently, he's got some civil lawsuits or something. I mean, because usually when he goes out, he kills it. I think I'm going to leave it there.
Yeah. Loftus, give me your review of the comedy. What could you have done with this? Could you have directed them and made it somehow funnier?
Yes. In a word, yes. And that's what I want to know. How much did the director of this make? What did this thing cost? What purpose did this serve? Why the did she do this?
Yeah, she's not running against Trump.
Right? They keep doing this. They keep making these anti-Trump messages. Are you trying to help New York, or are you anti-Trump? Are all New York's problems solved? Is there not a giant pothole in the frickin' runway at LaGuardia? Was the city of New York not flooded the other day? Shut up with your little SNL skit about Trump and fix your state, ho.
Yeah. What was it?
He also will leave it there.
Yeah, exactly. Julie, the sketch was actually, from what I'm told, it was part of the New York Legislative Correspondents Association. So it was like that dinner they have in D.C., but this was kind of a state version of that, and they were trying to make everybody laugh. I don't know if it got any laughs.
I wasn't laughing. I actually thought, I didn't understand why they did it in the first place, so I assumed that it was an SNL skit, but those aren't funny either, and neither was this. And I didn't think Alec Baldwin's funny, and the reason I don't think Alec Baldwin's funny is because he truly hates Trump. And I think when you make some fun of somebody, you gotta kind of like them just a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like a love-hate relationship, where some people that don't necessarily agree with everything Trump says, they make fun of him, and it's funny. But when you really just hate your president that much and you're this desperate to pair up with Hochul, like, what a joke. I mean, if you're going to do this, do it with somebody who's actually somewhat funnier than you are. But no, maybe that's why he did it, because she's so not funny that he thought it would make him look better.
Yes, he's looking for the work.
And the hat, I agree, is just a weak attempt at trying to be cool.
You know, it was funny because when he said Cent Trump Park, to me, that's the kind of thing that that got a laugh with our audience, because I feel like a lot of people in the audience were like, I kind of like the sound of that.
Well, and I actually...
Right? Like they like it.
Yeah. I could see Trump actually doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, he does have, an ice skating rink and a merry-go-round. Why not throw the park in?
Why not do it? Mackie, did this help or hurt Daffy Kathy Hochul?
I don't think most people will pay attention to it, but it was patently unfunny. It's like the drivel Joe DeVito submits to Gutfeld every day. but to the point, to Julie's point, you do have to empathize with the person that you're you're doing an impression of. And Trump, if he was talking to Kathy Hochul, I think most of the conversation would be about her face. He'd be like, Kathy, you'll never believe it. It's like your face melted and they refroze it.
It's like he was in the room. That was uncanny.
It's funny because you know when we do the rhyming things at the top, I think this one was yours. Her face looks syringy and her comedy is cringy. Was that yours?
No, that wasn't mine. That's good, though. That's good.
I don't know. Is she's certainly the unfunniest governor in America. Is she the worst governor in America, though? I mean, she's really bad.
Karen Bass, I think, has her beat.
Karen Bass, is she governor?
Mayor.
Oh, no, actually, mayor.
She's mayor.
I'm sorry.
Difference.
I'm
They're all
thinking-
jackasses in office. It doesn't really.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Gavin-
It doesn't matter how you sprinkle it.
Gavin Newsom is the worst woman governor in America.
Gavin
That's
Newsom
right.
is bad. I'm just thinking about bad politicians. California. They got
Hey, he's like that because it's dyslexic. He's dyslexic.
Wait, do that again, Tyrus? What?
Yeah, he's dyslexic.
Up next, fraud around and find out.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.